first off, like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. It's your boy Paul. So let's get down to the mess of the mess. So let's get into Moriah Mills. So this is, well, she's adult entertainer. Is what I come to find out. But she's planning to threaten to file a lawsuit against Zaire Williamson, the NBA player. So apparently she went to Tom Busby, the attorney, and tried to get him to represent her. But he came out and said, no, you can't represent everyone. We're moving to the next case. I said, well, he must have seen flaws that this may not work out. But she posting up on social media and everything else, doing a walk through her, showing off her body, her physique as she walked through the streets or wherever she lives. But that's what's going on there. So let's move on to the next person that we got. We got Donald Trump. So Donald Trump ended up signing a executive order where he banned traveling to 12 or 19 different countries. So yes, he put that in effect, to not travel to these different places, supposedly. Well, that's what he did, and I said, yeah. I didn't go too deep into it because I said I got a lot more to get into with Donald Trump later on into this mess of the mess. But let's move past them. Let's get into Dr. Umar himself. So this man got on some podcast or whatever, and he claimed that black men lack of sexual discipline is destroying the community. It's wait a minute, excuse me. Is destroying our communities. It said communities, and said that black parents have to stop putting their children in situations. Okay, keep going. Where they're forced them in situations. Hold up. Black parents have to stop putting their children in situations where they force them to choose between the dad or the mother. We're gonna keep going. Uh, he also said those women who we are not communicating to, they are teaching our kids to hate us. See, now let's get into this. Let's break this down. So this man saying there's a lack of sexual discipline when it comes to black men, which is destroying the community. I don't really think that's so. I said, would you categorize yourself in that? Because you destroying the community as well. Even as you doing these so-called the black stuff, but it's like you're destroying the community because you have broken homes with your children birth their mothers, and you ain't been there for them. So that's a whole nother topic. But it seemed like when he say certain things like this, he doesn't include himself. Like he's above it. Like he is the example, but he's actually in that demographic of who he's talking about. Do I don't know if for black men do they lack self discipline? Um, it depends on who it is. That's an individual thing to me. Discipline is up to you. Some people get it, some people don't. Some people just don't care. A lot of people, a lot of certain black men, I would put it like that. Uh, some people just don't care. They don't like discipline when it comes to being sexual or out here on the prowl. They just do what they want to do, and they usually find the people who are in distress and who have very low self-esteem to end up attaching themselves to, and end up developing a relationship with them to the point where they know they can do what they want to do, and this person after they done hooks them in so deep to the point where they didn't got this person to love them, they can do whatever they want, and they know that person is not going to go anywhere. That's just my opinion. You tell me how you feel about it differently. Let's move on to this next thing that he said. He said that black parents have to stop putting their children in situations. First of all, sometimes you don't put your well, you to avoid all of putting your children in a situation is first wear protection. First know that you didn't set up the rules and regulation that you wanted to build a relationship with whoever you were with, and you end up slipping where y'all end up now you got a baby. And the person that you with may have seemed like they were, oh, a good person to the point where you decided to have this baby. But then when you have the baby or during the time of you carrying that baby for them 9 months, they show who they truly are. And so you have to end up being the single parent. That goes for both sides. Because it can be the other way around where the woman wants to, give the man the baby and she be deuces. She want a single life too. So you gotta look at it that a lot of times parents, black parents, do not put their children in certain situations. Some situations just happen. So let's move past that. So let's move on to the next thing that he had up there. Stop forcing your children to choose between the mom or the dad. Actually, you don't force either child to really. You don't force the children to actually choose between the mom or the dad. The children end up at when they get to a teenager or close to an adult, they ended up finding do it by the time they get to a teenager, they end up finding out that either parent they don't find out that they do not like that parent. And it does not have nothing to do with either parent telling, oh, that your mama is this, that, and the third, your daddy this, that, and the third. They end up making their own decision on both parents. And they end up either messing with both of them or dismissing them all at one time. 18 hit, they gone. That's some of the things. Then the last thing he was when women who were not committing to, they are teaching our children to hate us. Dr. Umar, I don't think that I don't think women are teaching their children to hate the fathers. Not at all. Hey, how you doing in the chat? I don't think they teaching their children to hate at all. Some can be bitter because of the relationship and they never got over it to the point where they actually can end up using a child in a sense of trying to get them to thank you so much, try to get them to be on their side to the point where they get to spend time with their dad, they end up showing their mom's emotions and stuff like that. And it takes them a long time to win. They may end up opening up and realizing that, my mom wasn't right. My dad do have his flaws, but it ain't what she said it was. But a mom don't always have to put their children, have their children hate you. Usually the child end up hating you because of you and what you have not done for them. That means being there for them. You buying them things, that means nothing. You spending time with them is a bigger um, thing overall. If you don't do that, then the child may hate you, may not want nothing to do with you. Because that mother may be spending the time that you should be doing on a regular basis. Because she may be the guardian of the child or have custody of the child. But she's doing her job regardless. But you not doing yours. You may have to pay child support, but you still need to be a part of your child life. Because that money means nothing. At the end of the day, if that child does not truly love and care for you the way you think they should. Because you're their parent. That's just my thought about it. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Let's move on to Starfire. So she's an artist where she actually came out and put a Jamaican producer on blast because this Jamaican producer actually tried to get her song taken off of the Billboard charts. So she had, because she wouldn't give up that nookie. She wouldn't give it up, so he tried to get her song off of the charts. So she came out to let people know. She put his picture up, everything, and said, y'all need to watch out because if you're working with him, he only wants to mess with you. He ain't gonna try to do anything else. Oh, that must be your mama then. Cause I said, I ain't none of that. But you can keep pushing. But yeah, she put him on blast. So let's move on to an Ohio woman. So this Ohio woman, straight Ohio woman at that, she went and filed a lawsuit where the first time she filed it, it got dismissed. But this time she went to the courthouse actually reversed the ruling where now she's able to end up filing. So she said she was discriminated. She's a straight white woman from her workplace where she was in a position for over, she's been working there for about 30, 40 years in the position that she was. And her boss, who is gay, ended up giving the promotion to two other people. One of the gay males ended up getting her position, and another gay female ended up getting another position, and she ended up getting demoted to secretary, and her salary was cut from 40K to, she said, half almost. She got like 30 something, something like that or less. And now she didn't sued and everything. So she filed a new lawsuit, so she may be able to sue again. Cause the judge agreed that when you do a discrimination, it's mostly was for, came to black people and minorities dealing with it. But since she's a straight person and she's saying she being uh, not picked for the position because the person was gay, yeah. I said when it came across, I'm like, girl, you stretch. This a stretch. But I said it's Ohio. I expect nothing less. But is she gonna win? I don't think so. But let's move on past her. Let's get into Elon and Trump. So they've been on Twitter going at it. They've been fighting y'all left and right. So Elon is mad about the new tax bill that came out where he said it's an abomination, this ain't right, because in the tax bill Donald Trump took out the tax bill for electric cars. He took that out. So since Elon didn't left the administration, he been dragging Trump for the last day or so. And so he been calling him out and stuff. They going back and forth. And it's crazy. I said Trump, then he didn't block Trump. He didn't disable Trump account on Twitter. So Trump madder than mad because he's the queen of trouble on social media. And he said, since you want to do that, Trump said, please, I just take away all your benefits I didn't give you for your company. And Elon said, go ahead. He said, you were the one that elected without me. I said, he ain't lied on that one because I said, that's the only way you won. Because that man was backing you. And so I said, I think Elon is going to be the one that's going to take Trump all the way down. And Trump ain't going to be able to do nothing. But that's all I got for y'all. Let me check out this chat before I get up out of here. See what's going on with these people. Hello? What gay mean? It said, if you don't know what gay mean, then I feel sorry for you. It is very simple as that. But I'm not gonna get into it. But uh scared for a second. Okay, move down. But that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. It's your boy Paul. Thank y'all. Bye y'all.